Thank you, Bishop, members of the Religious Council. Thank you. It is a humbling honor to have you in our office. We welcome you most respectfully. We submit to this discussion, and we pray for God's intervention so we can have a fruitful discussion with full understanding as to where we're going as a country and people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I would like to have my party introduce themselves, but before we do that, do you mind if we say a word of prayer?
Sure, sure.
Sheikh, can you lead us in a word of prayer, please?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Sheikh Bamba. I think we can introduce ourselves. Let's begin with you, Mr. President.
Yes. My name is Dr. Onu Q. Benjay. I'm the president of the Liberian Baptist Missionary Educational Convention and also second vice president of the Liberian Council of Churches, and also on the executive of the Interreligious Council.
Imam Abdullah Mansari from Washington, the Imam there, resident Imam, and presently chairman of National Muslim Council of Liberia, also executive member of vice president of the Religious Council of Liberia.
I am Anthony Sheikh Musa Mohammed Bamba, Secretary General of the Interreligious Council of Liberia and Executive Member of the National Muslim Council of Liberia.
I'm D. Jensen Senkulo. I am the Bishop of the Lutheran Church of Liberia, also a first vice president of the Liberia Council of Churches, and an executive member of the Interreligious Council of Liberia. It's good to be in your office.
Thank you, sir. So I'm Darius Dillon.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for accepting our invitation to meet with us and for hosting us in your place. We come to meet you and get to know you a little bit. We have heard of you, we have heard you, and we have seen you at a distance. And as a member of the Interreligious Council, although you are not an executive member, but because of your affiliation with one of the religions within that organization, we consider you a member of ours. So we are proud of you. We are glad that you are serving our country the way you are. Very proud of you. We come today to begin a series of meetings with government officials because of our love for this country. We find ourselves in a place where we have to make our presence felt and known by government officials. We look for peace. We are fighting or working towards peace. And when we hear of any sign or see any signs that there may be a discord that will lead to any kind of disorder in the country, we would like to step in and give a few words of advice. And the meeting with you today is not the only meeting that we have planned. We are hoping that in the end we'll be able to reach all government officials, especially those who are vying to continue to lead our country, to assure them that we are here to work with them and we want things to be done in such a way that there will be no discord that would lead to any destruction of property and lives. So we are not signaling you out. You are not the only one. We have heard that there are those who think we are picking force with you. We are not forcing with you. We are your brothers and your sisters, and we want to work with you, give you the advice that we have, and we hope that the rest of the nation will listen to what wisdom God has given us. Thank you for taking us in this day. God bless you richly.
Amen.
All right, so,
Let's continue.
okay.
I think it's a open meeting. Okay, thank you, Bishop. Again, welcome to our office. I believe this discussion has to do with a statement attributed to me. Let me confirm that I made this statement. And I made this statement from a background of a combination of a lot of issues. Since we won this election, and I believe democracy is about the will of the people. And anybody who wants to win a seat in a democracy has the right to do everything within the ambit of the law, and those tenets allow in democratic practices to win these seats. Since we won this election, the executive branch of government headed by President Dillion himself have spared no time and no effort at aiming at this seat. They have done retreat, they're doing reclaiming their seat, and all of those stuff, all of those part of the politics. But when you start to go beyond credible information, public action, when the president of Liberia and his folks are publicly heard that they must win this seat at all costs, then it's problematic. When the Minister of State, Nathaniel McGill, goes on radio, public radio, with evidence available, that we will not sit and allow Darius Dillon to win the seat again. To win the seat is not an allowance. It is the decision of the people. When the Superintendent of Maryland, we're in Maryland, with evidence available, is saying that CDC is no longer just a party. They are the government, understandably. So they have control over the army, the police, and all the state security apparatuses. And they will use them to their full advantage. It is easy to remember District 13, violence, election violence, and District 15, election violence, that almost got Talia Yue killed, and scores of our people injured, property damaged. With now one person prosecuted to death. District 13 violence was led personally by Jefferson Koji, the city mayor. Blood spilled, properties damaged. A political leader of a political party in this country, my party, Liberty Party, Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence, was physically present, was bodily taken into safety. Now one police report as to what or who has been caught or found culpable to date. When the entire government machinery led by, facilitated, aided, and abetted by the president is breaking every rule and ordinance for this seat, whereby there is no more code of conduct in this country. He has all his ministers in the streets campaigning in violation of the code of conduct. because of this seat, then it says that Chu is the threat that they will get this seat at all costs. And so I made a statement which I will repeat verbatim. When the people go to the election and their will is to vote Darius Dillion out of office, let the people will prevail. Because that's what democracy is about. But if the people went to the poll and voted Darius Dillion as their choice, and that to make true the threat by President Weah and his people, that they must win the seat at all costs and take away the people's will, as in rigging the election, clearly, then President Weah himself will not end his term. So President Weah will end his term if they don't tamper with the election. We know what tampering with election in this country has cost us. They have brought this country this far. And it's not only about election. The bad governance, the frequent gross abuse of the respect for the rule of law. All of these things are things that should concern us as a country and people. There's one seat. It's not the reason this country is going downhill. Children are being raped every day in this country. It doesn't concern the president and his folks. Corruption is practically in double three-piece coat suit, brand new, and is walking freely on Broad Street with people cheering. It doesn't concern the president and his folks. You can't move freely. My people tell me how they are chased, harassed in communities by people known to be citizens. They are emboldened to do these things because they see the president lead them into these things. And I wish these things will call the attention of the Relations Council in this country and every one of us together. I'm a lover of democracy. I'm a respecter of the rights of people to freely associate and decide who they want to lead them as in terms of elections. While we are a respecter and an ardent, fervent respecter of and lover of democracy, we detest people encroaching on people's rights and any attempt and other acts that have the potential to derail the democracy that we want to flourish in our country. And so I send that caveat. Since they must take this seat at all costs, probably including getting rid of me physically in my life. The OKFM reported that the presumptive candidate of CDC for Monserrato and my colleague, Senator colleague, Sir Joseph, met with ex-killers, not ex-generals. Ex-generals are enlisted men of the army, commissioned army personnel who you retire. Ex-rebels and killers are not state actors. They are criminals. They are war criminals. When state actors start to hold secret meetings with them, with my name being the target and center for discussion, then it says a lot. It should come for concern. I have not seen or heard the council. This thing was all in the air. OKFM broke the news. Other news media corroborated OKFM story. We did not see the Relations Council. We did not hear the Relations Council. Probably they did, and we did not hear. If they did, and we did not hear, we say sorry for not hearing, but we did not hear. $25 million US infused in the economy, or said to have been infused in the economy for quote-unquote mop-up exercise. Nobody knows what happened to that money to date. 2 different reports, including the Presidential Investigative Team report, clearly said that misgivings, misuse, misapplication of entrusted funds, criminal acts took place. Those who presided over the infusion of that money are still walking around. The Minister of Finance has the audacity to call on, to demand apology from opposition in the name of no money missing and no $25 million in question. We should apologize to them when the evidence is right in the lab. Today, yet another $25 million for quote-unquote stimulus package for food distribution across the country is practically going dead, and the country is silent. We don't hear from the Religious Council. But thank God that we are having this discussion so that we know that I'm a respecter of the law. I'm a peaceful citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I do not believe in violence. I do not believe in lawlessness. But for God in heaven's sake, and I hope I'm not misquoting the intent of the Bible, even Jesus Christ got angry and put people out of the temple for doing the wrong thing. And so it was against the background that we made the statement. And that statement we made at the time, we stand by it. The thing is, if you don't want the cat to eat the fish, then the fish should not smell. Or go to election, and it is the will of the people who put us here to take us out of here by their vote. We will say thank you, thank God for the time we served, we will turn the office over. If it is the will of the people to retain us in this office, but if it is the decision of the ruling government to thwart the people's desire, then the result will be what it will be, in keeping with what we said. Thank you.
Thank you. If there is no comment from any of you, I will ask that we have this private conversation with you.
Okay.
In the absence of the press.
Okay.
You don't mind?
I don't mind. Media, the bishop and the council wants to talk to me off the camera, so we submit to that, and then there will be briefing after the close to discussion. Okay?
Okay. Can you